Well, hello there. I'm Pete LaFrance, the old Growler. Welcome to Meeting Expectations. If this is your first time here, what we do is we take a look at a can or a bottle of beer. Sometimes a spirit or wine might drop by. We take a look at the label, we read the label, we kind of interpret it for its design, and then we crack it open to see if it meets expectations. There are three things we do here a little differently than at other tastings. What I do is I see, then I sip, then I sniff. Because sometimes the nose can make the taste buds, they can lie. I'll let Master Sommelier Fred Dex explain it all to you. He can do it a lot better. The other thing, we always take the temperature of our beers. Why? Because ales fermented at a higher temperature should be served at a relatively higher temperature. And I mean high temperature, I'm not talking a warm beer, I'm talking 50 degrees Fahrenheit to 55 degrees Fahrenheit. And lagers, on the other hand, fermented at a much lower temperature, we'll serve those at around, say, upper 30s to 45 degrees. That way, you get the best flavors and the best aromas. All right, what I always do is I always make sure that I have a thermometer to check one of the beers that we taste here. All right, enough of that. For those of you who have been here before, you know what to expect. Here we go. From the Whetstone Craft Beers in Brattleboro, Vermont. That is a great little craft brewery. I will put a link right there that you can go visit it. I've covered it in Beer Basics, or the old Growler website, and I do believe I've done a couple of beers. And so, once again, click right up there, either to follow the beers or to take a look at the brewery itself. It's really a great place. The last time I was there was a couple of days ago. This is the 25th of July 2022, so it was about 4 days ago. We stopped in and I picked up two of all of their beers, and so you'll be seeing quite a bit of Whetstone's craft beers over the next few weeks. Well, we're going to start, I think, with one that interested me the most, and this is called Born to Run. Born to Run, and it's got like an athletic shoe atmosphere there and people running and stuff. But it's interesting because, and it is Whetstone Craft Beers, Brattleboro, Vermont, and the government warning that if I have my operating machinery, if I'm pregnant, I shouldn't drink this. I don't have to worry about either one of those for a long time to go. All right, let's see. They've got some writing up here. It's a little tough to read. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to translate it because it's really difficult to read there, and I'll put it down in the box below. It's okay. I can get this. It's a classic Gose ale with a citric. Once again, it's 3.5% alcohol. I think that's the thing that interests me the most because it is a session beer, and it's so hard to find a really good session beer. So I'm going to crack this open, expecting all right. My wife, when we were up there, she had a pint of this, and I did taste it, and it was pretty tremendous. So, okay, I'm biased, but let's crack it open from the can and see if there's a difference. All right. I'm thinking a bright beer. Yep, there we go. Hazy, crazy days of summer. I must say that's a very nice head on that. It's all kind of an orange color, you might say. And it's of course got the New England, or they call it Northeast or New England haze to it. And being an ale, we're gonna see if it's close to 55 degrees Fahrenheit. And it is right in at 50. So it's at the optimum temperature for an ale. The head kind of fell down pretty quick there for a light beer. I'm just surprised on that. Although it might mean that there wasn't quite as much protein in there, it wasn't quite as much malt in there to build it up. because at a low alcohol content, naturally you're not going to have as much malt in there. Well, let's go for the first swig. Wow. The reason I say it is very light, but it's almost a lemon flavor to that. Now I'm going to again check in on the can and see if it says anything about lemons in there, because it's almost a lemonade, and I don't remember that being up there. Let's take a nosedive. Yeah. Now I'm picking that up. I'm picking up a really citric, lemony type of a flavor. One more swig. Well, I tell you, it's a good thing it's called On the Run, because I think that gives context to the flavor. A very light thing, something that if you were out exercising and you didn't you wanted a beer, but you wanted it as low in alcohol as you could possibly get. This does fit the bill. So it needs a backstory, but once you understand the backstory, does this meet expectations? Yes it does. I'm Pete LaFrance, the Old Growler, hoping all of your beers meet expectations.